My name is Wendell Moore. I'm here with you until the 1 o'clock hour or thereabout when we turn over to the news and let you know what's trending as far as news is concerned. But in the meantime, as usual, our regular routine, which is Mondays through Fridays, we come your way live when it's time for your favorite three-letter word, EAT. When it's time for lunch, that's when you actually sit around and meet me at the table where I'm interviewing somebody who have something to share with the general public. And today I'm here with Jap. Before I do that, though, let me just say a special good afternoon to those who are following online and especially on the live stream, or folks in the United States as well as in Europe who follow us regularly, wanting to stay in touch with what's happening back home. Thank you so much for letting us know that you often watch and listen. And we're here today. I'm talking to my boy Shabaz, who is here on behalf of Reason for Hope, talking about, well, if basketball is your thing, then I believe you would be the one interested. But in the meantime, even if you have little interest in basketball, hey, you have a family member, someone close to you that love the sport and can get involved in what's happening here on the island. So with that said, the big boy is here. Shabaz, what's up?
Mr. Moore?
All is well?
Yeah. Well, if not well, it has to be.
Yeah.
At this point, so yes.
You're big. You have a big voice, but I don't want it to sound like you're in a dungeon. So you got to come a little closer to that microphone.
All right, gotcha.
I see. You're trying to. Oh, that's your stats. I was wondering if you were trying to go on live stream.
Makeshift.
Hey, just be cool, you know. In his.
I'll try, man. You're, a very intimidating interview I've seen. So I'll try my best to stay level and we knock this out.
All right. So this summer, what's the plan?
Well, this summer the plan is to have folks come and pack the LB Scott Sports Auditorium for our inaugural basketball tournament, which is called Bring Your Best. We abbreviated Bring Your Best to BYB.
BYB.
Yeah.
So it's not the usual that we are accustomed to. This is an inaugural, meaning it's the first leg of
Yes.
what's new.
Hopefully of many.
Okay.
Yes. It's our first tournament. The buzz is in the air. We just landed. My family and I just landed this weekend, and from the time we touched down, like everybody's talking about, BYB, Bring Your Best tournament. So it's definitely a buzz out there. Hopefully, the whole public and neighboring islands come down and support this tournament.
So this is going to be pretty much like, there's some resemblance, of course, because you have different islands that are sending a national team.
Well, no, it's not a national tournament. So it's not a national team tournament. It's an invitational.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's basically like some of the top club teams from their respective islands and
All
countries.
right.
So, I just want to put that out there. It is not a national tournament. It's an invitational.
You're here to make what's wrong right.
What's wrong?
No, I said you're here to make what's wrong right. I'm
Okay.
thinking national.
Oh,
when
okay,
in fact,
yeah.
You're bringing the clarity that it's going to be
not that
the
you're
top
wrong.
teams, basically, in these
'cause
countries.
sometimes, people get mixed up because you'll see like a country name, they will just suggest, oh, that is the national team.
Yeah.
But we want to make the public know that it's not a national tournament, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into when it's a national tournament.
Yeah.
And, it's a lot of politics behind that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really just an invitational. It's like the top club teams from wherever they're from coming to represent. So in some, cases, it is, like the country or the island, but it's just not their national team that they're sending.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm seeing that this type of tournament would give an inspiration to each different countries to make sure that your team or your basketball club becomes the best, because there's a chance that you'll be invited to.
And that's what we told all the countries or islands that's coming. Like, if you want to reinforce your team with players from elsewhere, go ahead and do so, because the teams that I'm seeing right now that are registered, they send their pictures, some of them send videos. It's really top-notch players. So you don't just want to come with your club team that you usually play at home with. So if you get chances to reinforce, go ahead and do it, because that's what everybody else is doing. So you have to come reinforce your team and bring your best.
You're talking big money here, though. Hey,
Yeah,
the pot
yeah.
is
It's a hefty
not
pot, heavy
not
pot.
not like what I've heard before.
It's not like anything I think has ever been in St. Martin as far as like the prize money. So this is the first of the money being this. Let's say the pot being this heavy. Yeah,
What about chances of being recruited to maybe the
definitely.
bigger teams or even the NBA?
I'm happy that you asked that question because we got college and high school coaches that are coming down for the tournament. Also scouts. We got primetime scouting agency that will be coming, and they're not just coming for the basketball tournament. There'll be a 3-day elite camp for kids between the ages of 14 to 18.
Okay.
So they're here for the tournament. If there's any talent in the tournament and can play abroad, they're here to get them, scout them, and go. And also the camp is designed to kind of identify the top kids in this region. So it's just not open for kids of St. Martin. We already have kids from Anguilla, kids from Stacia. Mr. Miguel Maitman over there in Stacia has been doing a good job of getting kids registered. We got kids from Tortola, Aruba, St. Kitts, and these are kids that are already registered for this camp. We're taking the top 50. So once it hits 50, we're closing registration. So far, I think we're really close to 50. We're around 36, 37 kids that are already registered. And again, it's not just St. Martin kids, it's kids from the region that are coming to this camp. And the coaches will be coming in on July 17th, and they'll be here throughout the whole tournament. But they'll also be running that elite camp for 3 days during the week of the tournament from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. for 3 days from the 14th to the 16th. That's when the coaches will do their thing in the daytime to run the camp for the top 50 kids in the region.
What can you share with the general public in terms of some of the ingredients that are good for further development of players? What are some of the attributes or whatever it is that is good ingredients?
I mean, first,
For further
I'd say it starts with the parents. Like I know for me, I got my son here in the studio with me, and he was born into this. I was a basketball player back in my time in the '90s. I represented St. Martin national team for probably 10, 12 years back in the mid '90s to the mid 2000, and it start with the parents sometimes as far as just introducing their kids to the sport.
Okay.
But even then, it's just not all on the parents. The kids gotta have some accountability too. The kids gotta get up. The kids gotta get up and do it. First thing is hard work. You gotta be a hard worker. Anybody that makes it in anything works hard. You're not making it in anything just by chance. You gotta have work ethic. Next thing, you gotta be consistent. Consistency is the key to anything you do. If you do the same thing over and over and over, you have no other way but to get better at it. It's like a baby learning to walk. You get up, you fall down, you get up, you fall down. You keep doing it, consistency.
And then you no longer fall down.
You're not falling down anymore.
Yeah.
So that applies to life. So it's hard work, it's consistency, and it's just believing in yourself. You believe in yourself, you believe you can, and you will. So those are some of the attributes and ingredients that goes into making, really top-notch players. You know what I mean? Consistency, hard work, and just, be ready to persevere, because you're not going to always win. You're not going to always do it on your first try, but you got to keep going.
Keep
going. So I'll say those are some key attributes into really becoming, NBA level type or pro level type basketball player.
And yeah, I have heard you mention talent or skill. So
Well, that's
I
how
wonder.
the talent comes, because I don't think anybody's born with talent. Like again, just like a baby.
Yeah.
You're a baby. You can't even walk. You can't talk. So, I mean, I would say that genetics has a lot to do with everything that we do. So genetics definitely help, but I think talent is overrated because sometimes as they say, when talent fails to work hard, but hard work, like can get you over the top.
Supersedes.
Yeah, supersedes. So it's more for me about hard work, perseverance, just repetition. Just
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes talent gets lazy. Yeah. So yes, you gotta have a little bit of talent, But I think talent is overrated. I believe more in working hard
working at it.
and just just persevering over obstacles.
So these teams that are coming here, when are they arriving, and when exactly is the tournament? You
The
can fill us in.
tournament kicks off this upcoming Sunday, July 12th.
Okay.
We already have, I think, about 6 teams that'll be here on the 11th, and the remainder would get here on the 12th, the day of the tournament. And it's a total of 10 teams that's registered, locked, and loaded, ready to come. 10 really good teams.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll start arriving on the island from the 11th, which is this Saturday. The tournament kicks off the day after.
And it would last until, is there a
Yeah,
cutoff
July
date?
12th to the 18th.
18th.
That's it's the week, a full week. So it starts this coming Sunday and it ends on Saturday night, the 18th of July.
Reason for Hope. What's
Yes.
behind the name Reason for Hope?
What's behind the name Reason for Hope? That's a really good question, Mr. Moore. And Reason for Hope was formed. How to say it without not, it was formed on some broken hearts, to be honest. 4 broken hearts, which is Brenda Maynard, Mr. Dede Michelet, Mr. Kirtland Warner, and Miss Rubinette Barbe. And I'll just go ahead and say it because it's I've been hearing it as the elephant in the room. Some people are afraid to touch on it, but I'll go ahead and say that crew was the former Battle of the Fittest crew, alongside with Mr. Sean Green. Whatever happened over there, it didn't work out. They parted ways, and sometimes, like in any relationship, sometimes it's not always just terrible stuff. Sometimes people just go apart, you know what I mean? And for whatever reason, they parted ways, and the 4 of them, stayed. Mr. Green did his thing, as you can see, Battle of the Fittest,
Yes.
which looks to be a very successful tournament. They just capped their tournament on Saturday, last Saturday night. They had their finals, and it was, in my opinion, it was well attended. I'm not in their pockets or anything, but for what I saw, their final game, it was a really good turnout in the auditorium.
But what does that say for basketball, though? Because
It's really good. It's really good to see people come out and support, and hopefully we'll get that type of support or even more people for our tournament, because you never know. We put in the work, but sometimes, it's not enough for some people.
Yeah.
So all we can do is put the work in, promote, advertise, and then it's up to the people to really come out.
But
and
what you're
support.
doing is not meant to mirror this, but what's the
there-
hope?
there-
What's the
there's
hope?
some stuff because it's basketball. It's
Yeah.
basketball. We're not inventing the wheel here. So we're not doing anything that probably. We may have a few things that's never been done, but I'm not gonna come out here and act like, oh, we're just the ones inventing and we're it's stuff that we see. We add whatever we got to add to it. So it's good that there's like a blueprint. And we follow the blueprint, and then we just add our own spin on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna act like these people are not doing good things, because Battle of the Fittest has been 10 years, and they've been doing good in the community. They've been providing a really good product for the island and the region. So we're not coming out inventing anything new, but what we're doing, we're just trying to enhance the whole overall experience.
The hope part that I'm getting at, because you're bringing in scouts,
Yes.
you're doing something very different, I'm sure.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. We
And
have
you
some
have a big
difference.
picture somewhere.
Yes. The big picture, of course, is always to try to get kids that have, basketball ability or whatever. Because the scouts that are coming in, they're not just here for basketball. If we got kids that play football, baseball, track and field,
Okay.
that's they cover it all. And again, it's prime time scouting agency. So
They're looking
they're
for
widespread. They're looking for
athletes.
talent,
Yes.
athletes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just happen to basketball is our primary thing, but it's not. We're just not limited to basketball. But
Okay.
that's our first thing that we're doing right now. But if there are kids that are here, track and field, whatever other sport, we definitely would like to see those kids come out, and we'll try to make stuff happen for them.
So things kicks off on July 12th.
Yes.
And for the details on, do you have an idea as to what it would cost for people to go out and watch
Yes,
these games?
definitely. if you're gonna come and do daily admission, it's $8 for adults, $4 for kids. That's between the ages of under 12, and if you're like under 5 years old, it's free. So it's eight um, adults, four kids. If you don't want to do daily admission, you can go ahead. We got season passes right now. The season pass is $50. That gets you into all 7 nights.
Okay.
So it's basically you save $6 instead of buying every night. You just go ahead and get the season pass, save $6 and pay $50 for the pass, and then we got the VIP pass. So and that's where I'm talking about. We're enhancing, the overall experience. So we got a really really nice VIP package that we're introducing, and the VIP is $160. What does that entail? You get preferred parking, so you don't have to be driving all around the auditorium looking for parking. Mm-hmm. So if you're a VIP, we got a designated area for you to park. You'll be guided in with security, then drop your car off, then you'll be shuttled to the auditorium. We got shuttle service that'll take you back to the auditorium. Besides that, you'll get a exclusive Reason for Hope or BYB T-shirt. Mm-hmm. So only the VIP people would have these T-shirts. We got all the T-shirts on sale, but we want to separate the very important people. So
I get you.
Yeah, exclusive T-shirts. So
I hope I'm in the group.
Well, hey, we can make it happen, right? So let's see. I mean, you're already exclusive what you do. So, so a part of the package is the preferred parking, T-shirt. We got a bag where it has some goodies in there. You also get the signature drink of the tournament, which is the rum punch from Presidential Tours. You'll get that every night. I think you got like a fan that you'll get there. So there are a few things in the bag that you'll get. You'll also get your own chair. So you won't be sitting on the auditorium bench. We have chairs that we've have shipped in, those stadium type cushion chairs. Mm-hmm. So you'll get your own chair. So you'll be sitting up a little bit higher.
Wait a minute. You're talking about VIP here, right?
Yes, this is a VIP.
Right.
So this is not general admission. So the general admission, you want to get those perks, you got to, just cough up just a little bit more. So the cushions will be a part. The chairs, that's the stadium chairs with the back, and we clip it to the bench in the auditorium.
Okay.
That's like the holder for your drinks and all that. So all that would be a part of it. Mm. And you get, again, the signature rum punch. You get that every night. I think you get like 2 drinks, as being a VIP. Mm-hmm. So, and again, the bag with the goodies in there, the T-shirt, the parking. So all that comes with VIP.
So with the VIP, you have preferred position as well? Because I don't want to be
you'll be seated. You'll be seated. It's like if you're at the Super Bowl, the spot to be is at the half, the 50-yard line. Mm-hmm. So with
because
our VIP package, you'll be front row, dead center, with the clear view to the court. So
both sides.
Yeah, so you'll be in the middle, the middle stand where there's nothing obstructing your view. You'll have an angle where you can see both sides of the court.
Yes.
And the seats will just start from the front, go right back.
So those are the perks associated with those folks.
Yeah.
Who's going to put a little bit
VIP.
more into...
Yeah, you put a little bit more, and we'll make sure you get a lot more.
All right. Just before we take the break, is there an age bracket that would be prominent as far as being part of this team? And are you suggesting as well that between a certain age, your chances are good to be looked at when it comes to playing basketball? Because, you have guys who've been playing for quite a long time. No one is going to look at those ages.
Yeah, well, the game is getting younger. I think basketball is a young people or young person sport, but you also still need that experience, not so much to be on the court doing the physical stuff, but the guidance, the encouragement, the uplifting. So I would say the average age in this tournament probably will be around between 22 to 26. You may have some really outstanding players that are age 17, 18, that'll play. But then
that's
you'll
not
also
old.
have
17, 18 is not old.
Really. It's not old, and that's what I was just about to get to. You may have some people in there that are in their early 30s, and those are the ones that'll guide the 17 and 18-year-olds. But we got some really talented kids that are coming on these teams because from what I've seen on a few teams, they have kids that are age 16 on some of these teams.
Okay.
But they're big kids, so they're physically they can hold their own. But again, that's where the guidance of the older players come in, being able to just be mentor to these kids. So the average age of the tournament is probably between 22 to 26. But then you have some kids that are younger, and then you got some veterans that are a little bit older. So it's a nice mix.
Let me just tell you where that question came from. You mentioned something about between 14 and
okay, 18.
We are scouts will be paying attention to.
Yes, so that those we have a few kids that are playing in the tournament that'll be between probably 16 to 18. I don't think we got any 14-year-olds, but maybe 16 to 18. But where the scouts and coaches come in, it's the elite camp that will be,
that would make the difference.
From in the daytime. So the camp is in the day from July 14th to July 16th.
Okay.
12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every day. And the scouts are coming particularly to look at kids between that age, 14 to 18.
I hear you.
Yes, so that's the part where the kids come in. But some of those kids will also be competing in the actual BYB tournament in the evening time as well.
Would we have any games during the daytime or all at night?
No, in the daytime it's just the camp, the
camp.
The BYB elite camp with the kids 14 to 18. And that's only 3 days though. That's the 14th, 15th, and 16th. And then all the games starts from 6 p.m. till about maybe 12 a.m., or whenever it's finished. We're having 4 games nightly. So we kick off from 6 p.m. every day from the 12th through the 18th from 6 p.m.
All right, folks, Shabaz is here with me. He is filling us in on what some of the details are around Reason for Hope tournament, an inaugural tournament, which basically saying it's the first time they're having this one. But they're looking forward to having a lot more where some of the number one teams from all the invited countries would be here on St.Maarten to compete for a big, we haven't talked about the price yet, but we'll do that a little bit later because I find that's a lot of ching-ching to collect at the end of the tournament if you happen to be number one team. All right, folks, let me take a break at this stage. It's time for me to do so. When we come back, we'll continue a conversation with Shabaz from Reason for Hope.
Hi.
All right, folks, we're back here with Shabaz, who is giving us some information regarding what would be happening on July 12th through the 18th at the Sports Auditorium right here in Great Bay. And, of course, it has to do with Reason for Hope putting on. Is there a title for this besides... is there a title for?
Yeah, the title of the tournament is Bring Your Best.
Bring Your Best, BYB. Yeah, that's
BYB.
right.
And it's bring, not your, Y-A.
Bring Your Best.
Your best, yeah. So it's not Bring Your Best, it's Bring Your Best. We put a little Ebonics on it.
Yeah, you're playing with words.
Yeah. So it's Bring Your Best. Yeah, that's the title of the tournament. And again, it's July 12th, this Sunday.
The countries, you want to share the countries?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let me go ahead and pull these countries up, because everybody should know who is locked. First, and I do have the schedule here as well, because the schedule is already out. But we have 2 pools. So we have Pool A and Pool B. In Pool A, we have Team St. Kitts. Then we have Team Virgin Gorda, Team Statia, Team St.Maarten United, USA Rivals. That's the name of the USA team, Rivals. That's 5 teams that are in Pool A. Then we go over to Pool B. We have Tortola out of the BVI. And then we got Aruba. We have Haiti. Team Canada. They're from Montreal, Canada. And then we have the Land of Many Rivers, DA Dominica. 767 All-Stars.
I'm missing one from the first time. St. Kitts, Virgin Gorda,
Statia,
and Team St.Maarten.
Team St.Maarten United,
USA.
And USA Rivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
we got 5 teams in Pool A, 5 teams in
Pool
B.
B.
Yeah.
Interesting. You're doing a lot of things very differently because I remember passing by the casino some night ago.
Yes.
And there was a big show on Facebook.
Yes, yes. That was
What was that all about?
It was our live draft, and this is how we got the teams to be separated in pools. We didn't want to have too much on the say of where the teams are placed and who they play. So what we did a live draft show at Tropicana Casino where we had the girls, the BYB girls come and they pull the teams and they place the teams in the pool. So it was not reason for hope that just
deciding,
go here and go here, because when you get that stuff, people talk about, oh, they got favoritism. They put this team against that team, and they got it rigged and set up. So we had the live draft show. The girls took it out the bag, placed it on the board. So we were very transparent in what we did as far as placing the teams.
Pretty neat. I admire that because I know with people like Mr. Warner around, he has these weird way of thinking. I don't know if it's weird, but creative though.
Creative.
And I think it separates anyone being labeled as putting preferred team.
Fixing. Yeah. We wanted to be transparent in the way how we select these teams and make the schedule, because. And to be honest, no matter what, you're always going to have people thinking that you fix it. Even though you're transparent and you're putting it out there, you always have somebody that's complaining, oh, it's fixed.
Don't be about it. You did your part.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why we did it this way. And we put it on Facebook. It was a live draft show on Facebook, on our Facebook page, Reason for Hope Foundation. We're on Facebook as Reason for Hope Foundation. We had it airing on there for the whole world to see.
Yes.
So we did not manipulate anything. We were transparent. We had the draft. The girls, the ladies, they came, they pulled it out the bag. You go to pool A, the next one pull it out. You go to pool B. And then once we had the pool set up, then we made the schedule. You know what I mean? And even with making the schedule, it's not like we can, you're on pool A, pool B, everybody plays against everybody.
Yeah.
So we're not saying you're playing against Wendell, but you're not playing against this person.
Yeah.
Wendell plays everybody in his pool. I will play everybody in my pool.
Okay.
So you got a fair shot.
Okay.
If you lose, it's on you. Because you put everybody in the pool, your respective pool, will play against everybody else.
And then you take the top four for
the top four,
semi?
yes. So you'll have in the round robin, which is the preliminary round, you'll have everyone playing everyone, and then you pick the top 4 teams out of that. So it'll be the top 2 teams from pool A
and top
will
2
play against the top 2 teams from pool B.
Yeah.
Then the winners out of those games will go on to the championship game.
Yes.
The losers will play for 3rd and 4th place, which we have a prize also for 3rd place. Usually I've seen in tournaments where you're playing for 3rd and you're not playing for anything. So a lot of these players don't even want to play.
Yeah.
If they know I'm just playing for 3rd place, there's nothing out of it. But for 3rd place, you get $2,500. So $2,500 if you're
still getting
3rd.
something.
Also with the medals, the trophies for 3rd place. If you're 2nd place, so if you lose the championship game, the loser will get $5,000, trophies, medals. Then the big one, which is the champion. The champion team will get $20,000, championship rings, T-shirts, caps, medals.
Say what?
And bragging rights.
Why St.Maarten? Why? I mean, Reason for Hope obviously is anchored here because the founders
are here locally. Yes.
So you see this as well. You're not going to carry this anywhere else. It's just going to be here in St.Maarten all the time.
We'll never say never. We'll never say never. This, again, is our inaugural tournament.
Yeah.
This is the birthplace of it, which is St.Maarten, and that's why it was so important for us to have it here. But I don't think we're going to put ourselves in a box and limit how we grow or where we can go.
Yeah.
So we start here, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it'll only be here. Because if we get interest and maybe corporate sponsors take us somewhere else, we're open to going there.
Yeah.
But this is where we start. This will always be our heart. This is where the foundation is legally registered. So, of course, here will always be priority for us. But again, we're not limited into this here. If the opportunity presents itself, we'll be open to at least having a discussion, not to say to move it, but to kind of branch off. But this is always home. St.Maarten is always home, and we'll look to do it here.
The idea
annually.
and the concept will birth here.
Yes. And we want to keep it here annually. So we're open to Every year it's here. But hey, if somebody shows interest and they'd like to do it elsewhere, we'll do one here, and then we can go somewhere else and do it again. BYB, wherever, St. Kitts, BVI, wherever. But we promise that we'll always have it here, at least in the making. It'll be here at least every summer.
Are you happy with the facilities that is here?
Yes, we are happy because the people from NSI, they've really been working with us, and they're doing everything in their power to make stuff happen. They've been facilitating well with every request that we've asked. They were prompt. They replied positive. So we are happy with the NSI group, with everybody involved in the facility. Of course, you would like to see certain things upgrade, but we know, like, sometimes here on these little island, resources are limited sometimes. So, we know they got big ideas, they got big plans, but sometimes you got to do what your pocket allow.
Yeah.
So we have no issues, no gripes with NSI or by extension government. I mean, hopefully in time we're able to attract people here that'll help with like infrastructure and resources, and that's what we're trying to do. Because I mean, as you may know, I'm based in the States, where I got a big network of coaches and some highly influential people. So that's my thing too, to try to bring those resources, my network, back here to help, because we can't just depend on government to do everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But to answer your question directly, yes, we are happy with the efforts that NSI and the government has been doing with the facilities, and hopefully they're able to keep doing what they're doing and expand it and do some more. Yes.
I'm going to ask you my $64 question.
$64. Okay.
Are you think you I don't even know how to ask it.
I mean,
I find it's ambitious,
just
over ambitious. It's a lot of stuff involved here. You talk about the rings, you talk about this, you talk about that, but the pool, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, and we can't downplay it like it's not, because you're not going out on the street and picking up $20,000
Exactly.
every day. It's rough times. The economy is tough, but to be honest, we have a very, very supportive sponsor. Like, we have a few sponsors. We did not get the sponsorship that we would have liked from, the general public, to be honest. But we have an engine behind us that are making sure that we're able to deliver.
Okay.
And this is Accessible Ventures.
Okay.
They're our engine. Besides my group, my team, the people that are called Brenda Maynard, Dede, Cutty, we have a very, very supportive sponsor that has assured us that they will take care of, everything that's necessary to pull this tournament off. And again, I want to mention that name. And again, not leaving out anybody else that's done stuff for us, because we have Winair, we have Domino's Pizza, Nowhere Special, and I won't remember every single one. Oh, Happy Lottery, but our corporate and main sponsor that was on board from day one, once this foundation was birthed, was Accessible Ventures, and they've stuck with us throughout this whole. They've held our hands, and sometimes I even get close to emotional because of what they've done for us and allowing us to, just live our dream. So yes, it's a lot of money and it's a lot going into it, and payouts and all that. But let me just tell everybody that Accessible Ventures, they're the ones that are making this happen. As far as financial, backing.
Yeah, because attendance alone, I think I was getting at, it's important that people support this move, because, I mean, there's a lot at stake here.
Yeah, it is.
And certainly you want to make sure that you deliver.
We have to deliver. We have to keep
and
your word.
if it's your inaugural,
Yes.
I mean, that's a very high bar
To start.
to be able to
Right.
get things rolling.
Yes.
Because later on, the people would probably be looking for more. You could never tell. I'm not talking about more money in the pool now.
No, I'm
but
sure
I'm talking
people are going
about
to be looking for more.
Yeah, You
all
don't, you
around.
don't, you don't,
Yeah.
you don't start here and then go here.
No, you can't. You
You
can't.
start here and you
And
move
you look to
forward.
ascend.
Yeah.
So we know it's a challenge to for where we're starting, and we know where you start. People are not looking for you to come next year and be mediocre. They're looking for you to elevate. So we
Correct.
do understand it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be expectation, and we're willing to climb that ladder and meet expectation every single year.
And what about the tournament itself? It's competitive
It's
level.
very competitive, as you seeing the teams that are coming.
Yeah.
We have I think maybe one team that's never been here before on the island, and which is Team Canada,
Yeah.
and they promised to put on a show. You know, I think we've been running an ad on our Facebook page with one of the people, coaches, managers from Canada, and she says that they're coming to put a show on for Team Canada. I don't think any Canadian team has ever been on the island of St. Martin
No.
to compete.
We've had United States. Can you tell us exactly what part of the United States that
It's a
club
mix.
is coming from?
It's a mix. Some of them are from Baltimore. I think some of them are from the Florida, Miami area. So it is a mix, but they got this name Team Rivals
Okay.
from the USA, but it's not from the same state. They're kind of mixed up,
Okay.
coming from different states in the US.
So we can look forward to some competitive games
Yeah, yeah.
that is going to be at a level by none.
I think it's a level that has not been St. Martin has not been exposed to, as far as like just the talent on these teams. You know, because you got a lot of semi-pro, a lot of professional players, a lot of collegiate players that are on these teams. And again, they've sent their rosters in, and the some of the measurements that we're seeing, the size, that auditorium, you're gonna have some really tall individuals walking through those doors. You know what I mean? So it's something that we think is necessary because it gives the youths here something to aspire to. You know, seeing basketball on that level. You know, I believe we have talent here in St. Martin, but it's good to see more collective talent, not just individual 1-2 talent, but to see teams that are really talented and not just, you know, 2-3 players good. We have teams that are coming that are 10 deep in talent, which elevates the whole tournament.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that one of the reasons why St. Martin has decided to join both sides instead of because in the past
Yes.
we've
yes.
seen them operate? Separately.
Yeah. So just to let the public know, the St. Martin team, it's called Team Unity, which is they're playing under the St. Martin Unity flag.
Yes.
So it's basically players from the Dutch side, the French side. I've heard that they've even recruited players out of the U.S.
Okay.
They've sent for some of their local talent
That are
that
playing
are out
over
there
there.
playing in
Yeah.
professional leagues. I think Mr. Kofi Hamilton, Mr. David, I think it's David Larmony. I don't know all their names, but St. Martin have some really talented players that are playing in Europe right now. Some are playing in the States, and they're coming home for this tournament. Along with they're bringing some of their friends that they play with out there, and then mix with the local Dutch and French guys.
Yeah.
So it's a whole, it's both sides. So we're looking for the French side, the Dutch side, to come out and support the Unity St. Martin team, and that team is being led by Mr. Khalil Rivan. He's the head coach.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So the tickets, ordinary tickets are what price? $8
Grown ups, $4
and
for
$4
kids.
for kids.
And if you just want to go ahead and knock it out and get for every night, it's $50 for the season pass, and then again it's $160 for the VIP, which the VIP entails parking, you know, the signature drink,
The
every
whole
night,
9 yards.
the whole 9 t-shirts, all that. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I certainly hope that there would be chances out there for some of those young players.
Yeah,
And
that's
we
the hope.
started out talking about some of the ingredients that is necessary for people not only to be scouted, but
Right.
but also for you to really succeed.
Yes, yes.
We got to put the work in.
Yeah, you have to. You
Yeah.
have to. You just can't depend on talent. You need that hard work behind it. And again, the coaches are coming here to look for talent, but they're also coming here to educate the people on exactly what you're talking about. What goes into
Making
making
a
you
good
great?
athlete,
So
yes.
they're here. Their first, initiative is to try to get the talent and get them into schools in the states.
Yeah.
But they're also here to educate, because sometimes you don't have the education, you don't even know how to get started. So they'll be holding seminars here with the parents and talking to the parents, and just letting them know how to get these kids prepared
Yeah.
to be recruited. So it's not just about the physical, aspect of it on the basketball court.
I like the idea when you say that parents should be as involved
Yes, the
and be
parents
the
is necessary.
initiators
Yes,
to
yes.
get their
Yeah, they need
youngsters
to
involved.
initiate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Involved in
sometimes
some
a
type of
kid is like a
sports.
sponge, right? Like a kid is just there wide open.
Yeah.
And that's why kids are so easily influenced, because they're so wide open, they're innocent, they're
They're
ready
filled
to
with what
receive
they're
whatever.
exposed to.
Exactly.
But if they're
So
exposed
if
to
you
something
pour the
good,
right thing
yeah.
into them,
Yeah.
they'll grow
Yeah.
the right way. But if you're just negligent and let me not say this too, because sometimes parents have it so hard. Some of them work 2 and 3 jobs, so it's hard to find that balance to go to every baseball, basketball game. So sometimes it's a challenge. It's not that the parents don't want to do it, but the parents also got to provide.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes working 2 and 3 jobs, you're really exhausted, you're tired, but you still have to dig deep and try to find that balance between regular life and pouring into your kids,
Yeah.
extracurricular stuff.
And they're here. Why not do what you can to help them?
They didn't ask us to be here.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know, so once they're here, it's our duty as parents to make sure that they're taken care of and they're led the right way, even with the challenges that life presents.
Yeah. I'd like to see the competitive level of these teams, though.
Yeah.
That's where my interest really lies.
It's going to be
because,
competitive, Mr. Moore. Trust me, it's going to be competitive.
Yeah. If it's good, most naturally people will be looking forward to it for the next time.
That's
So
that's the plan, and that's what we hope happens. We hope that we live up to expectations.
all right, what you want to say to St.Maarten right now regarding the preparation for this and what to look forward to?
First, I'd like to say I'd like to thank everybody that has shown interest in the Reason for Hope and what we're doing. The people that are supporting us, even the people, because in everything, everybody won't like you. You're always gonna have naysayers. You're always gonna have the people just standing on the side, just ready to object to whatever. And even those, because sometimes without negativity, so it drives us. It drives us to do well.
Yeah.
So even the people that are not with us, we thank you still, because you give us that ammunition to try to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
So for who are with us, we love you. The people that are not with us, keep doing what you're doing and watch us shine. And hopefully you'll be able to jump on board and come home with us. We all do it together, because we don't want any animosity, right? So support what Reason for Hope is doing, because we got a really good team. We got good initiative, good vision, and we need support. We cannot do it by ourselves.
Yeah.
And also, we're open for collaboration with organizations here that are like-minded and want to see the youths excel. We're not trying to do anything on our own, because in life you cannot do anything by yourself. So we're open, to people that want to work with us. Our email is Reason for Hope SXM. Reason for Hope SXM at gmail.com. We got our Facebook page, Reason for Hope Foundation on Facebook. So you want to reach us, you go ahead, contact us there. We can sit down and have a conversation. So the last thing I'd like to say is BYB, it starts this Sunday, the 12th of July. Please, the whole public of St.Maarten, come down to the LB Scott Sport Auditorium, and I guess first support the Unity St.Maarten team, because that's the home team. By extension, though, support Reason for Hope and support all the teams that are coming, because they're putting a lot of their resources, finances, missing time away from family, work to come here and put a show on for the island of St.Maarten and the region. So please,
How do you reach Canada?
I mean, it's. I think when something is inevitable, stuff just happens. To get to somewhere like Canada. To be honest, I don't remember how it happened, but it happened, and we're grateful.
I had to hold the clock back to it.
Yeah. But they're here. They already sent us their flight information.
Okay.
Where they're staying, their Airbnb. So we definitely have Canada that's
in the bag.
Yes, that are committed 100%. They've paid their registration, everything. So Team Canada is definitely a lot. So
what would be interested is to see them up against the rival USA.
it could happen. It could happen because they're in different pools. So if they win their pools, they can clash.
That was incidental, but
it was
good.
incidental, but it happened. You should have seen me and my wife when the draft was going on. Because we wanted certain matchups, and again, we didn't want to manipulate anything. So I think everything happened
fall in place nicely.
Without us having
influence.
hands-on or influence on it.
Yeah, so it's good that both fall over because there's no telling.
You don't, because they're the two bigger nations or countries, and you don't want that, unbalance where you have the two biggest nations in the tournament being in the same pool.
Yeah.
So if it happened, of course, we would have had to accept it, but it just fortunately worked out where they were separated because, it's obvious. I mean, everyone else is from an island. They're from bigger countries. So you just want them to be a part. And if they clash, they clash. But we would not have anything to do with it. It's the 8 other teams that can prevent that. Okay? So we have no influence on who matches up against each other in the finals.
I'm looking at the teams, and boy, seems like it's going to be very, very, very interesting.
I think that's the key word, interesting. I mean, to say it's going to be great, we're optimistic. We think it's going to be great. But we know for sure it's going to be interesting. And hopefully it's a great, great tournament. We're preparing for that. We've been out in the streets handing out flyers and just trying to get people to come down to the games. So,
and we're going to have folks coming in from these countries, of course, in support of these teams.
Yes. Fans are coming. Some of the teams are bringing along their wives and, families, kids, and just supporters. And that's already locked. Yes.
Yeah.
So we need for the local people to come out in their numbers.
I'm seeing St.Maarten being extremely blessed to have these type of tournaments.
Yes, definitely.
Locally.
St.Maarten is a gem. St.Maarten is a gem geographically. It's, located, just perfectly.
Yeah.
Of our flights and
the resources, the flights getting here is never a problem.
I
wish we could just get the kind of facility that will continue to host this kind.
My wish, and I think every other basketballer's wish here. But again, it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. And sometimes it takes these type of tournaments
to make it happen.
Initiative to make it happen.
That's right.
But I think the people that are working behind the scenes are working very hard because I think they got that same, thing that you have about making it happen. Sometimes a little politics come into play. Sometimes you stay away from that. But we hope they can make it happen because St.Maarten is a gem of an island. And it's perfectly situated, easy access in and out.
Shabaz, I'm glad I had this conversation with you, man.
Thank you.
For the benefit of my listeners and also as national radio, that the message is out there.
Yes.
That there's going to be this big BYB tournament.
Yes.
At the
LB
Sports Auditorium. And folks can, go out and support.
Definitely.
And this is just one of the many that is coming.
This is one of many. This is our inaugural, as you said, meeting first. But this is, God's willing, this is definitely not our last. We hope to grow on this. So we're starting with a bang. $20,000 your first tournament. That's a big statement. So hopefully,
I was wondering if the $20,000 was ever going to be said because you talk about.
I try not to touch on it, but we have to put it out there. The public got to know.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the time, and I'm looking forward to have more conversations along this line.
Definitely. And, I don't know. We're here for 2 more weeks, and maybe at sometime midway through the tournament or at the end of the tournament.
Feel free.
I'd like to come.
I'm wide open.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Shabaz. And thank you, listeners, for watching and for listening. And we appreciate you every day of the week, Monday through Friday. We're here at 12. An invitation is extended for you to join us again tomorrow for another interesting conversation. In the meantime, you take care of yourself. Enjoy what's left of your Monday. Goodbye.
This is the voice of St.Maarten, PJD2, 1300 AM, broadcasting from Plaza 21, Phillipsburg, St.Maarten.